We continue our reading of Lest We Forget, a daily devotional by author George R. Knight. Today's reading, July 6, Rise of the Camp Meeting, Part 2. Now Jesus' parents went to Jerusalem every year at the feast of the Passover. Luke 2:41. Camp meeting in early Adventism came to be an exciting time. People heard good preaching, they got to meet old friends, and broke their daily routine. They bought Adventist publications, and they received a spiritual blessing. The annual camp meeting was a mountaintop experience for those who attended. The first official camp meeting in Wright, Michigan, from September 1 to 7, 1868, set the pattern for those to follow. 2 round 60-foot tents housed general meetings, while the people lived in smaller ones. Without a local Kmart or Walmart in which to purchase a cheap tent, the review editors offered instructions on the construction of simple tents to serve families and churches. Altogether, there were 22 church tents, often with sleeping quarters divided off by hanging blankets or quilts so that the various families could have a bit of privacy. Other tents had a rope running down the middle on which attendees could hang blankets for the separation of the sexes. Families and friends did their cooking on open fires, and the log circles on which they sat for meals offered excellent opportunities for fellowship. It must have been a great time for kids, but it was also the high point of the year for adults. Yes, things weren't quite as comfortable as at home, and yes, one could have used a bit more privacy, and then again they did demand a financial sacrifice given the expenses of travel and downtime on the job, but the early Adventists thought such convocations were worth it in spite of the cost and inconveniences. The annual camp meeting caught on after the one at Wright. The next year, 7 states held one, and after that they were everywhere in the Adventist world. They are still around, quite vigorous in some places and languishing in others, but always a blessing. If you haven't attended one lately, make the effort, especially to spend a few days and nights on the grounds. You will be blessed. Adventism would be better off today if it could have a revival of the yearly blessing. Help us, Lord, to appreciate more fully each and every opportunity that you provide for blessing throughout the day, week, and year. This concludes our reading today of Lest We Forget.